Now on ESPN8, The Ocho, bringing you the finest and seldom seen sports from around the globe since 1999. If it's almost a sport, we've got it here.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Gross. I'm down here in the basement of the SGFFL headquarters, and this is the first installment of the Bush League Weekly. It's a brand new name for our weekly feature on a brand new station, ESPN8, The Ocho. Well, let's look at things as we head into the preseason, and we have about a month before we kick things off. Let's look at the top 5 teams going into the draft. Let's bring in Gabe Stott now from the No Compound. Gabe, your top 5 teams going into the draft, into the preseason, whether they have a franchise player or not.
My choices for the top 5 will start with the bottom and go up. But number 5, just because he's always there, Big D. He's got DeMarco Murray. We'll see what happens with him, as I said earlier. But he always drafts well. He's always there regardless of where he drafts. So at number 5, I'm going with Big D. Number 4, I'm going with Boston. 2 picks in the first round. Should be able to get a couple solid guys to carry him. We'll see how the rest of his draft goes. Number 3, Jay City. He's got number 7, and he's got 2 picks in the second, and he's going with Charles Johnson, so he's got that keeper implanted already. If that pans out for him, he could have a solid run. Let's see, number 2, going with the Untouchables. You know, based on Eli Manning's quarterback play, he's got Beckham Jr. as a solid stud, but he's got the number 10 pick, and he's got 2 more picks in the second. You know, so he's got 4 players, you know, coming to him in the top 2 rounds. Number 1, I'm going with Hillman. He got the top pick in the draft. He got top pick in the second round. He's also got the 12th pick in the second round. Plus, he's got C.J. Anderson. Look for him to have C.J. Anderson along with probably Adrian Peterson or a high-end running back like that. Then coming back in the second round with a pretty high-end wide receiver and quarterback.
All right, thank you, Gabe, for that insight. I don't know if it did anybody any good with that. I don't know if I can agree with your top 5 preseason teams. Jay City and Charles Johnson, I don't think he's much of a game changer. Really? Boston? Come on. The guy's never made the playoffs, ever, and I think he's in his final season of the league. Boy, everyone's going to miss him. I don't know about that one. I don't know, maybe you know something that I don't, but I think I can speak for every person in the league where we're all hoping that Big D is not one of the top 5 teams. We'd all like to see him pony up a little bit of money for 2016, so let's not see him do well. I don't think DeMarco Murray will have the year he had last year in Dallas, but we'll wait and see. One team I do agree with you on, though, is Hillman. You go into the preseason with C.J. Anderson as your franchise, and you're going to pick number 1 overall. That should be Adrian Peterson. I think that's a good combo having those 2 players. We'll see about the Untouchables. I don't think Beckham Jr. will do what he did last year, but I could be wrong too. Again, Boston, really? He'll probably take Eddie Lacy number 2, and Lacy will be out for the entire season, as AP did a year ago. But we'll wait and see. Maybe it's Willie's swan song season. We'll have to wait and see. That's the Bush League Weekly. Glad to have you with in our first installment of 2015. Stay with us next week. Last year's champion, Bert's Badasses, will join us. He'll tell us what it's like and what it finally felt like to raise that championship trophy for the first time in 24 years. We'll see you then.